Now let's talk about cybersecurity and what it actually means in the real world. You've already seen that cybersecurity is part of a bigger picture called information security. But cybersecurity focuses specifically on protecting digital systems. That includes computers, networks, applications, and data, from things like unauthorized access, data breaches, disruption, or attacks. What is an asset? To understand cybersecurity, you first need to understand what we're protecting. In cybersecurity, we use the term asset. An asset is anything that has value to an organization. That can include data, systems and servers, applications, and even people. Critical versus non-critical assets. Not all assets are equal. There are critical assets. These are essential for the business to operate and generate revenue. If they go down, the business is impacted immediately. Examples: payment systems, customer databases, production systems. Non-critical assets. These are still important, but the business can continue operating without them for some time. The impact is lower, but still matters. Why this matters? Cybersecurity is not about protecting everything equally. It's about prioritizing what matters most. Let's talk about where cybersecurity comes from. The need for cybersecurity didn't appear overnight. In the early days of computing, back in the 1970s, there were already experiments that showed what could go wrong. One of the first examples was a program called Creeper, which could move from one computer to another on early networks. Shortly after, another program called Reaper was created to remove it. This was one of the first examples of a cyber threat and a response to that threat. As networks evolved into what we now call the internet, the risks increased, and that's when firewalls, antivirus software, and secure protocols became essential. Now here's something very important and often misunderstood. There is no such thing as 100% security. It doesn't exist. Because if a company wanted to be completely secure, it would have to disconnect everything. No internet, no systems, no access, and at that point, the business would stop operating. So cybersecurity is not about eliminating risk. It's about managing risk. Every company has to balance security, usability, and business needs. Because to operate and generate revenue, companies have to take risks. Your role in cybersecurity is to understand those risks, reduce them, and help the business make informed decisions. Cybersecurity relies on the same core principles we discussed earlier: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These principles guide how we protect systems and data. So when you think about cybersecurity, don't just think about tools or technology. Think about protecting what matters most to the business, because that's what organizations actually care about. And as you move forward, this mindset will help you understand priorities, make better decisions, and stand out in your career. Next, we'll continue building on this foundation and connect it to how cybersecurity is structured and applied in real environments.